I would like to be cremated so that if someone pisses them off, they could just take a dab of my ashes and chuck it at them and pretend that they cursed somebody. There are no questions currently available. Hey, we got to green! Hey! Lacey. Alright, let's talk to Miss Lacey. Hello.
I'm Lacey Hendricks. So you don't know about me then?
No? No, I don't. Where do you work?
That sounds like something I should know about. But I don't.
What is your job?
That's not really a question I can answer.
I swear to God, if you tell me about your job, even though I asked you 2 times about where you worked, it's gonna be me and you, Lacey. It's gonna be me and you. Where were you doing on Valentine's night?
I was at Henley Church. They had a service that ran right up till midnight. For us less fortunates without a love in their life. Well, now.
Interesting. Lacey was at Henley Church. Was at Henley Church right up until midnight.
We had a display in the gallery based on Love Conquers All, so I had to work. Mainly it was a collection of giant hearts sat on things, but I ran into another patient, Bryce. I'd never really spoken with him before, but...
Quick, let me just see Bryce again. Let me see what happens if I say hello.
There's something I want to tell you about. Something else that's wrong with me. I think I've been getting a bit out of control in my hour.
Where were you on Valentine's Day, real quick?
I spent most of Valentine's Day at the art gallery. Well, the evening part, anyway. They had a display with the theme, Love Conquers All. I didn't get most of the paintings, but they were well done.
I'm laughing, that's literally me. I don't get art. Some pages I won't get, and that's like, and it's hilarious because I'm an artist and I'll look at something and it's like, I don't get it. I don't get what it is. Is this a prickly butthole? I don't know. But it's like, at least it's nice. That's literally me. And it'll be like, oh, this is actually about the inner turmoil of humanity. We're all just going down a prickly spiral, descending into madness. And it's like, that's nice. I was never going to get that. I was never going to get that, but it looks nice. Good job. Okay, what else? Tell me about Dekker.
I dug the grave for Dr. Dekker. I helped carry his coffin to the burial site. Do you know what? It didn't weigh enough to have a body in it. Why do you think that is?
Is Dr. Dekker actually dead?
When I first got the hour, I was shocked, obviously. It took me a while to work out that everyone was frozen and only I could move, because I live on my own. What would you do, Doctor, if you had an hour where everyone was frozen?
Purge.
Go to a fairground?
I'd help people. I'd steal things. I wonder what he'd say if I say it.
Yes, I would steal too. And I have stolen. I ran out of milk, so I thought I'd go to the local all-night shop and get some more. I was absolutely intending to pay, but when I got there, everyone was frozen. I thought about leaving money on the counter, but that seemed weird. The cashier would wake and suddenly this money would have appeared from nowhere. But I've stolen bigger things.
Like what? Alright, what was I about to say? I brain farted. Was Dekker's coffin empty?
No, the coffin wasn't empty. There was something in it. A decoy, I'd imagine.
Ooh. Nathan says Dekker's coffin was Bryce says there was a decoy in the coffin. This is interesting. Why would there be a decoy?
I'm guessing he was buried somewhere else, or cremated. Somebody somewhere didn't want his body going in the ground. Do you want to be cremated or buried, Doctor?
Cremated.
That's a good choice, Doctor. Less work for me.
I want to be cremated because I don't know why I want to be cremated. I don't know. I like the idea more than just being, buried. Plus, like I've explained to my family, I would like to be cremated so that if someone pisses them off, they could just take a dab of my ashes and chuck it at them and pretend that they cursed somebody. I would love it if my body was if my cremated form was put to that use. Cause there is nothing scarier than having someone's ashes thrown at you. That is the ultimate curse. So my family just takes it over there and just fat. I want someone freaked out because they know I'm going to be standing over their bed tonight. Oh my god. Let's just say I help people.
I did think, what good could I do, other than catch up with work? I did see a woman who was having her purse snatched, so I gave her purse back, and the crook, I placed him on a bus a few blocks away. I have no idea where it was going. She'd never really be able to thank me, so I took another picture.
You took a picture. I guess it's just see the different.
Well, that makes me feel a little better. There's a young mother, divorced, who lives opposite me.
Oh.
Jessica. She's friendly and says hello to me, smiles.
Uh-oh.
I've always wondered what she looks like.
Oh, I don't like this.
Naked.
No.
So 1 hour, I broke into her house. She was standing in her bedroom. I took it as a sign. I took off her clothes and...
Oh, Bryce, no. Bad Bryce. No. I don't even want to finish that.
Ha! That was just an example, Doctor. I'm sure you can come up with more exciting things to do than that.
Bruh, I don't want that to finish. I don't want that finished, fam. No. Fuck, fine. Put a goddamn trigger warning for this right now.
I took photos of Jessica when she was naked. When I'd stripped her. When she was naked and frozen. I didn't want to have to do it again, to strip her again. So I took pictures to remind myself what she looked like. That's wrong, isn't it, Doctor?
Yes, very wrong. Yes, it's wrong to take those pictures.
I know. It's that bloody Dr. Dekker. He made me this way. It's all his fault.
How is it his fault? Not folly, fault.
Like I said, I originally presented with depression, and everything was going well for a while. Then Dr. Dekker changed.
Changed?
He was easily distracted during sessions, like he wasn't listening. I'm pretty sure he wasn't listening half the time. I don't think he wanted to know about his patients anymore. But when he did give you advice... He told me to use my imagination, to make something up, to think something crazy, and it would become real. He told me to think of a way to get more time. So I did. But he pushed me. He made me think it. That wretched dig goes on 24/7. 25/7, if you ask me. Your patient, Nathan, caused quite a stir. He interrupted one of the female students all night, apparently. Made her miscategorize some findings, going on about his dead girlfriend.
Hey.
It's amazing what you hear at the coffee machine. And I suppose that's a bonus. We're allowed to use their coffee machine while they're there.
Why didn't you stop?
Because you have to hope, don't you, Doctor? It's only the power of hindsight that made me realize how toxic it all was. And after a point, you go too far to be able to come back anyway.
Uh-huh. Have you ever destroyed anything?
Yes, I suppose I've destroyed a few things whilst in the hour. You can be the perfect supervillain. Nobody knows it was you.
Absolutely. Alright, what about Nathan?
That wretched dig goes on 24/7. 25/7, if you ask me. Your patient, Nathan, caused quite a stir. He interrupted one of the female students all night, apparently. Made her miscategorize some findings, going on about his dead girlfriend. It's amazing what you hear at the coffee machine. And I suppose that's a bonus. We're allowed to use their coffee machine while they're there.
Okay, did I ask you everything I could? Well, I know there's more, but like... Okay, so... It could be that this what's his name? Alderby? It could be that this Alderby guy got somewhere with Dekker. And Dekker could be doing it to Bryce, or he could be doing it to all of the patients. Could have been influenced by Alderby, because we haven't seen Alderby yet. So, because that video obviously started cutting out the second he said everything was going to levitate, and then there was a glass breaking. TikTok. Listen, Bryce, I'm trying to figure out which one of y'all murdered Dekker, okay? So give me a second, damn it. Alright, so let's get back to Lacey. So, Lacey, what were we talking about before I went to Bryce? What was the last thing we talked about?
Where to start? My next door neighbour in Jobson Hill, where I live, she was murdered. 80, and they diversion burgled her. But she was wise to it and started calling the police. They slit her throat with a bread knife. So I started a neighbourhood watch.
Okay.
It was me and Agnes. Everyone else thought we were overreacting. If they want their throats cut, that's up to them, living in their bubbles. But Agnes... Poor Agnes.
What happened to Agnes? Did Agnes die?
Just one question at a time, please.
What's wrong with Agnes?
She went missing, and still is. And that's what people think. But it's not the truth.
Oprah, what is the truth?
It killed them. It looks normal enough. A smartly dressed, door-to-door saleswoman. I know because I heard my other neighbours shout at her. No Jehovah's! They think anyone knocking is a Jehovah. But she said she was selling double glazing.
What is double glazing?
I don't know. I didn't answer the door. Best not to nowadays. But I watched her go to Agnes's. Poor Agnes. She let her right into her house.
Maybe you got a vampire? Because you know, vampires...
I could only see the silhouette. It turned from a person into it looked like, I guess you'd call it a Medusa. Snakes for her face. And Agnes just fell to the floor. A few minutes later, the woman left, smiling like the cat that got the cream. That was the end of Agnes.
Do you have proof that Agnes is dead?
I saw it with my own eyes. What more proof do I need? You're starting to sound like Dr. Dekker. He didn't believe me either.
I believe you. I'm just saying.
I didn't have much luck with him, like I said. He didn't believe me. He thought I was having a hallucination caused by the stress of my neighbour being so brutally murdered. Where is Agnes, though? I haven't found her, have they?
Did Agnes let in a basilisk? What is it? Maybe Agnes got petrified by Medusa. Believes that Agnes was killed by a Medusa-like being. No, they didn't find her.
They haven't found her because that thing ate her. Or made her disappear or something. Her useless husband managed to survive unscathed, though.
It might have not been a basilisk. But then what is it that she sees? Because I'm actually taking it like, oh, these people are actually having these supernatural things happening to them. But then that could be like, that's what the game wants you to think. That maybe they're right and maybe there is no madness. Maybe Dekker wants them to think that they're mad. Says husband is fine. Husband could have killed Agnes.
Don't know much about him, other than the fact that he looks at me like I'm 6 foot under every time we meet. He doesn't seem too bothered she's gone missing either. He did at first, when the police were crawling around. But now they've gone, that stopped. If I hadn't seen that thing eat her, I'd
think that he killed her.
No. He's a weaselly little man. He spends far too much time in his garden. It's probably like the National Trust back there. The constant digging and building, pruning and sawing.
I guess I know where Agnes is.
You're already dead.
No, back up.
Enemy rampage.
Yo. Wait, sir, we can talk about this. You don't have to do this. Oh, thank goodness he did. He misfired.